Good morning. This is Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, reaching you from Nigeria's federal capital city, Abuja. And joining us in the studio this morning to analyze some stories is Felix. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Okay, we start from the Guardian newspaper, and that's talking about insecurity. The banner headline there is 10,366 killed in 2021. Buhari pledges change in Northeast. We have a couple of others there. The first killings in Nigeria hits 2,085 in fourth quarter of 2021, and that's an SBM report. And then Senate urges federal government to send fighter jets to flush out terrorists from hideout. And then Abdulsalami says our security forces overstretched need support. Hashtag Secure North. Media owners lament insecurity. Begin sensitization in 19 states. Nigeria in state of war. Afenifere challenges federal government. National Assembly governors over rising terrorism. Makinde Abiodun meet in Ogun over insecurity to install CCTV on highways. Look at the riders and look at the options that we have underneath this big story talking about the number of people killed in 2021. I mean, look at this one talking about installing CCTV on highways. Are we ever going to get to that point in Nigeria?
Oh, we're supposed to have gone beyond this. In fact, the issue of CCTV is not what we should be discussing. If we are truly serious with our state of security in this part of the world, you know, I remember during the bombings in Jonathan period, some were installed around Abuja, for example, yes, but not all over the states. So we should have gone beyond that. So the government needs to be more proactive in securing the people, you know. CCTV will have been so good, you understand, and even let's leave the issue of CCTV. What about the issue of communication? The issue of the Ministry of Communication, you know, they registered our SIM, registered everything, thinking that through that they will be able to track all those people, but we are still saying the same thing.
Still battling the same issue.
Still battling the same issue. That shows that it's not working effectively. So we need to just be ready to face this thing, you know, sincerely, because I'm seeing insincerity in the part of the government.
Okay, from the very top there, we see court fines Malami for truncating trial of Kanu's co-defendants. That's on page 3. And then more doubt hit APC convention date as Women Coalition demand postponement. That's on page 3 as well. On page 4, aviation workers threaten strike over welfare. Others, federal government secures $600 million World Bank facility to rebuild North. That's on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper. Which of these stories from the very top there grabs your attention the most? Because I really think we should talk about the APC convention date. We have the Women Coalition demanding postponement, and you know they have been postponing this convention over and over again since last year. But what do you want to talk about? Let me hear you.
About their convention, they've told us that we hold. So let's watch and see if it will truly hold. But I believe that whatever primary that is going to hold or whatever convention that is going to hold should be in tandem with the regulations of INEC, because they also give guidelines, and you can't go beyond their guidelines and come up with your own stuff. So let's see, because it's like, so in some quarters, it's like APC has, they've already, the time limit given to them that they should meet according to the guidelines of INEC has lapsed, so they must, it's like they have to
meet.
You know, they have to, but now it's like they've gone beyond that, so they have to postpone it, but they are saying it will still hold. Let's see what will happen if truly it's going to hold in February. I know it's this month.
Okay. Still on the paper from the very bottom there, hashtag NSAS protest, Duke Imoke Ndoma Egba, others lost over 45 billion naira property in Cross River. That's on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. We'll move over to This Day newspaper. The banner headline there is, our 2023 presidential ticket open to all, says PDP. Insists no zone will be denied opportunity to contest. Northern Group re-echoes party's position. Of course, that continues on page 10 of This Day's newspaper. From the very top, Ladol Samsung Ridge settlement. Truth may unlock $300 billion investment. That's on the front page right there. NESG fuel subsidy payment rose 477% to 3.64 trillion naira in 7 years. And that's on page 6 of This Day newspaper. FEC okays $329 million for railway consultancy supervision services nationwide. We see approves 115 billion naira I think dualize Katsina Road, and that's on the front page. Of course, continues on page 10 of this day newspaper. Let's quickly move on to the next newspaper this morning, and of course that's the Nation newspaper. The banner headline there is "Take Battle to Bandit Others, Senate tells Service Chiefs," and that's on the front page. Of course, Osun APC Aregbesola Group loses out in court. That's on page 5. Then FEC approves $328.87 million for rail consultancy services. That's on page 6. What do you make of this Osun APC issue and Aregbesola Group losing in court, talking about what's happening in that state?
This is the electionary period and everybody is trying to outdo the other person. Now, the Oyetola's group, now they are now ahead of this Aregbesola. So, to me, it's a party affair and they should be able to settle their matter, because if they are not careful, they might just lose the state. So it's incumbent on them now to making sure that now that Aregbesola's side, they've lost out, so in their court matter. So they should just let all hands be on deck and see how to retain, because PDP is coming to they are not taking it easy. They want to come back to power. Yeah. So it's just meant for them to making sure that everything is okay within the party. It's a party affair, so they can deal with their issues, I believe.
Okay, we see that's just under the banner headline that I read earlier, talking about taking battle to bandits and others, Senator Service Chiefs. The writer says, kidnapped suspect shot dead after shootout with security operatives on Benin Auchi Road. That's on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Nobody can zone PDP presidential ticket, says Lamido. The writer says, Tambuwal, we need a competent leader. Of course, that's on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And the last newspaper this morning is the Punch newspaper. The banner headline there is Lie, Aregbesola Yari, Kenyamo lose out, APC inaugurate state chairman. We have a couple of writers there. Abdulrazak-led group chat says, I have been invited for inauguration. I am in Abuja. Abiodun Omoagege, faction set for inauguration. Amosun, other groups in limbo. Inauguration unfortunate, factions lament, one APC against contempt of court. Of course, that's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. From the very top, FG requests $600 million World Bank loan to fight erosion. Others in northern states. That's on page 21. However, we have a couple of other stories on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Of course, I always tell you to always grab yourself a copy of any of these newspapers. If you can get them a hard copy or soft copy, just make sure that you know what's going on in the country. Mr. Felix, thank you so much for joining us on Nigeria Now today. And thank you for joining us on Nigeria Now. Don't forget, we come your way every Mondays to Fridays at 9 a.m. My name is Merciful Ajinmo. See you tomorrow.